Welcome back. We're ready to start the second half of play. We'll give you some team totals from the first half of play. College of San Mateo picked up 10 first downs. They rushed for 66 yards. They passed for 85 yards, a total of 151. They turned it over one time. Santa Rosa, 11 first downs, only 11 yards rushing. That is mainly because of some sacks, negative yardage. In fact, 3 sacks on Mitch Hood. They threw for 223, a total of 234. 2 turnovers, and both of those turnovers, Les Richardson, were very important.
Yeah, the turnovers, they tell the whole story. Though without those 2 turnovers, Santa Rosa comes out at halftime completely in control. The last 6 minutes, and when I ran into some of Santa Rosa coach coming back up to the booth here, that's basically what they talked about. Eliminate the last 6 minutes, do what we do, come back, and they're going to start a second half like a completely brand new game. And that's really all you can say.
Close football game at 20-16 as we get ready to start the third quarter of play, and San Mateo will have the football to start the second half. And you know, they're on a little bit of a roll right now. They scored the last couple times they had the football, although that last possession it was just a field goal, but nonetheless they did put points on the board and tighten this game up at 20-16. So some guys that led the way for these teams. Mitch Hood had a great first half, 19 of 27 for 223 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those were on consecutive passes in that first quarter. Ben Putnam caught 10 passes for 141 yards. He was on the receiving end of both of those touchdowns. Jannard James, 7 carries, 27 yards. Jay Ferguson, 3 carries and just 9 yards. The workhorse for San Mateo was Keenan Smith. He carried 16 times for 54 yards in the first half. Their quarterback, Bobby Calmain, threw 9, completed 9 of 19 for 85 yards, 1 touchdown. So, you know, they did their thing in that first half, San Mateo, and they ran the football kind of right at the Bear Cubs. Interesting, they really came right at them and tried to do it on the ground right straight in the heart of that Santa Rosa Bear Cubs defense. So both teams now will have had a little bit of a chance to adjust, and we'll see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, San Mateo's offensive line did at times take advantage, surprisingly, of the inside of Santa Rosa's. And I think with Presley not being here in the second half, they might examine going back in there even harder, you know, missing the heart of the Santa Rosa defense.
That was the big story of that first half. Presley Pigliotti injured and had to leave in an ambulance. We'll try to get a report on him before the end of the night. We're hoping that it was just more precautionary than anything else, but definitely a scary moment in this football game. Some other scores, games going on around the CCCAA. Butte leads American River 14-7. That's at halftime. Riverside trails Long Beach 17-10 with 4:38 to go in the second quarter. Foothill and Shasta. Shasta won that one 42-6. Andros Pedroza ready to kick it off for Santa Rosa. Kickoffs have been an adventure. Keenan Smith had a great kickoff return for San Mateo. Ben Putnam started the game with a terrific kickoff return for Santa Rosa Junior College. Andros Pedroza with a low bouncer, and it gets all the way back to Marshall back at the 20-yard line. Quickly through the hole, and he's got some room out to the 40, breaks a tackle and gets to the 46-yard line. Jace Griffey brought him down from behind.
Griffey with a touchdown-saving tackle. It was just the kicker left after that, and then the kicker didn't even have a great angle. Griffey with a shoestring touchdown save. Even on the squib kick, the San Mateo is starting with great field position.
So here we go, San Mateo with their first possession of the second half. And here comes Keenan Smith straight ahead. They've done it all night long, right up the middle, and he picks up a couple of yards to the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 to bring up 2nd and 8. Injured player for the Bear Cubs. Slow to get up, Adam Blum.
Even though San Mateo's offensive line didn't get a great push, the running back comes in with such a great angle that he moves that pile a couple of yards, and a no gain turns into 4, almost 5 yards.
Here comes Keenan Smith again. Penalty marker down as he is dragged down. Shoestring tackle that time. Making the play for the Bear Cubs was James Tolliver. Now the Bear Cubs have had a chance to adjust a little bit and maybe get somebody in at Presley Pigliotti's position and give them a little bit of heads up. Here's Kirk Mason.
Going to get a hold of. Baxter Mings adjusting his jersey. I think that's where the hold was on that play on the Santa Rosa's less defensive end here. He was pulling his jersey back, straightening it out. That's probably where the hold call was. The middle backer so far has been taking Presley Pigliotti's place has been Miles Gardia.
So that makes it second and about 16 yards to go after the holding call. Fourth penalty of the night against San Mateo. Bobby Calmain looking over the defense for the Bulldogs. And the ball's on the turf. Snap never got back to him. And it's going to be a loss of another 5 yards back at the 36-yard line.
Actually, Santa Rosa came off the edge there here on this defensive right side with a guy unblocked on the blitz. The ball being on the ground might have been the only play they had.
So third and 17 now, back to the 36-yard line as they lose a couple more yards.
Santa Rosa's got their safeties all the way back to the sticks here, keep everything in front of them.
Calmain to throw, shuttle pass ahead, and Henry Stelzner is right there. Henry Stelzner with a big play as Joey Wood takes that shuttle pass, and it is snuffed out.
Yeah, it looked like Stelzner read that the whole way, did a great job. With him reacting so fast to that, you'd wonder if he was going to be man on the back there.
So fourth down, he's going to punt. Low kick, bouncing down inside the 30. This time James does stay far away from it. And the Bear Cubs take it at the 26. So the defense gets the stop. We'll see now if the offense can get it going for Santa Rosa. San Mateo's offense does not drive the football in the opening possession of the second half. Mitch Hood, who found Ben Putnam 10 times in that first half. They went to him about 8 times in a row, and it was working beautifully. We'll see if they go back to that. San Mateo may have adjusted a little bit to try to keep Putnam in check. He had 10 catches in that first half. Hood gives it to James. James slides through and gets a couple. Good defense by San Mateo.
San Mateo's in that one high look, man pressed. Not much of a push there by the offensive line, San Mateo. It seems like Santa Rosa wants to run that little type, zone type with generic, and it's either a big play or for very, very little.
Takua Okoye with the tackle. Hood straight back to pass, setting up the screen to James. Looking for blocking. James taken down at the 33-yard line. Nice open field tackle right there for San Mateo was Michael Maunga out of Hillsdale.
A little slip screen to the right here to the generic chain. I'm glad they went right back to it. That's the play he fumbled earlier, right before the end of the first half there. So the play was there. They probably told him, hey, we're going to come back to you, and it's great confidence right there.
Third down and 3 for the Bear Cubs. And Hood will throw. He's got Putnam. His 11th catch of the day, and he's out to the 45-yard line. Pick up of 11 yards.
Little mesh route, little crossing inside route on the man coverage. You can see they're in man because they're pressed, and you can just see they cross it up. It's almost a pick play. And great job by, again, Mitch Hood putting the ball right on target. Putman is a little bit shaken up with the low tackle.
Yeah, Putnam is taken out. First and 10 from the 45-yard line after the pass to Putnam. James, and he slides out for just a yard. Zach Smith was in the backfield. And Two backs that time.
Yeah, a little two-back tandem set, both sides of the quarterback like that. It was a lead play, just one. It's ISO lead, whatever the terminology you want to lose. And now it looked like the way the offensive line blocked it, they blocked them to run behind the right guard. It looks like Generic didn't like that and tried to take it outside. There's nothing there.
2nd and 9 now from the 46-yard line. Mitch Hood to throw for Santa Rosa. Incomplete off the fingertips of Albert Beltran. 238 yards passing for Mitch Hood out of Sonoma Valley High School.
Just a little bit off his tip, just a little bit off the receiver's fingertips, not much, but you know, the time at night that Mitch Hood's had, he's gonna, you know, you can allow him 1 or 2 here or there.
Bear Cubs trying to keep this drive going now, facing a 3rd and 9 from their own 46-yard line. San Mateo showing blitz, and they bring one. Hood gets it off and throws it high, intended for Lonnie Gaspar, but he had good pressure. Kwame Jones came right up the middle out of Sarah High School in San Mateo, and the Bear Cubs will have to punt.
They did pick up the blitz a little bit late, and the guy got up high, so it does affect the quarterback, and I think that made him have, he didn't quite get the step forward on the throw.
Dalton Mullins, who has got off a really big punt so far.
I think this type of back and forth game of 3 and out, taking turns, really favors San Mateo.
Yeah, he gets off a good one here. Very high kick. They let it bounce, and it takes a kick into the end zone. You never know what that ball is going to do, and that time it scoots right into the end zone.
These punters now are so good with getting the nose of that ball to get it to stick, especially in the field being a little bit softer this time of year.
San Mateo now their 2nd possession of the half.
So again, now Santa Rosa's defense is right back on the field. You want to earlier in the game when Santa Rosa kept San Mateo's defense on the field, they were in total control.
1st and 10. Bobby Calmain sends a man in motion and gives it to Joey Wood straight up the middle, and Wood gets to the 25-yard line. 5-yard pickup. Stelzner makes the tackle. Second and 5 for San Mateo. A 20-16 lead for Santa Rosa. Calmain to throw, and he's got a man. Slips, or he might have gone a lot further. Pass was complete to Latu, who ends up picking up 15 yards on the play and picking up a 1st down.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. He's only a step away from going the distance here.
Lene Latu. He's a big play guy, averages over 20 yards a catch for the San Mateo offense. And he picks up a 1st down there. 1st and 10. Play action. Calmain rolling and a penalty marker down, no doubt a hold.
The middle backer, Miles Garcia, on a blitz there. He had a guy open on the slant route. He didn't want to pull the trigger. I think the blitz got him out of the pocket too soon.
Offensive line called for holding. That's the 5th penalty of the night against San Mateo, and it's going to back them up into a 1st and 20 at the 30-yard line.
Why does it seem like so many more? It's only the 5th penalty. It seems like there's been a lot more flags than that tonight.
Under 10 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Calmain, blitz coming. Gets it off. Latu, and he's taken down after a short gain to the 33-yard line, just a gain of 3. Frazier was in on the tackle. Also there for the Bear Cubs was Baxter Ming.
Then you see San Mateo just trying to get the ball out in one of their athletes' hands, and Santa Rosa backed up a little bit into their read coverage. And there's little pockets once in a while.
Calmain to throw. Baxter Ming chasing him, a penalty marker down, and he just dumps it off. possibly another holding call.
Flags right behind the offensive line there. That's what you'd expect as a holding call. And they are getting great pressure here.
Bear Cubs are going to take it. So there's your 6th penalty against San Mateo as they have to retreat back inside the 30-yard line now. The holding call is going to make this a 3rd and 27.
Go deep. Defense. Go defense. Defense. Defense.
Shovel pass.
Joey Wood takes the shuttle pass and gets to the 25-yard line.
Getting the inside backers staying home, doing a great job. Stelzner's right on top of it. Here they're making a little change on defense to get into pass personnel.
They've used that shuttle play quite a bit. 3rd down.
They bring Chris James in here and put him up there at the linebacker spot. Got him a little more speed over there.
Pass complete, right in the seam. Nice play, but it's going to be short of the 1st down as they get the ball to Tommy LaPaparo for the first time, and he gets out to the 43-yard line.
That was a missed coverage. They blitzed off the edge here, and when Jalen Hemphill went, I think the safety, Chase Griffey, was supposed to come up and fill, and he didn't. And they were talking about right after the play, pointing to each other, and hopefully they get that fixed because he went right to the hot route. The blitz came off. He threw right behind it.
New punt returner, Xavier Freeman, will try it. That low kick, bouncing, rolling, and it's going to roll down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 3-yard line. A very effective kick, not pretty by Silva, but the Bear Cubs are backed way up to their own 3-yard line. Good news, bad news, you have the lead. If you can put a drive together and eat up some clock, you can make things very difficult on your opponent, especially if you put points on the board. Right now, the Bear Cubs defense seems to be settling in a little bit against College of San Mateo. Now the question is, can their offense get back on track? San Mateo has done a much better job defensively after that first part of the game where they were allowing Ben Putnam to make a lot of big plays. Bear Cubs scored 3 times in the first quarter.
Dave, I think this type of game favors San Mateo. They're going to chug the ball, keep it close, and pound it. If they get too far behind, their forte is not throwing the ball over the field.
Mitch Hood looking deep. Kerr Johnson never really had a shot at that one. Bear Cubs trying to hook up, get a big play, give themselves some breathing room.
One of the few times you see them taking a shot down there on 1st down.
Second and 10 now from the 3-yard line. Hood has completed 21 of 32 for 238 yards. 7:49 to go. Ferguson straight ahead, runs into a wall of Bulldogs as San Mateo's defense digs in, coming up from the bottom of the pile. Kwame Jones.
So if you're just watching the game, you're not thinking, oh, not a big deal. It's 3rd and 9.5. But right now you got to be thinking about, I need to get my punter room. So if they throw an incomplete pass here, the punter's got no room. If they get a couple of yards running the ball, so you got to pick your poison. Are we going to try to make room for the punter, or are we going to go for the 1st down here?
3rd and 9, 7:14 to go, 3rd quarter. Hood looking to throw. Fires it, and it's intercepted at the 11-yard line. He threw that one right to the hands of Jordan Hindy, who comes up with his 3rd interception of the year for San Mateo. 3rd turnover for Santa Rosa, and San Mateo has great field position inside the red zone, and there is an injured Bear Cub back near the end line.
Is that Matthew Robinson?
It's Matthew Robinson out of Sonoma Valley. Tall order for the Bear Cub defense.
I believe the receiver fell down. It was a sit route and a real short route. Here we got Mitch Hood's in the pocket. Yeah, the receiver fell down. He threw the ball a little behind him. The defender was in a lucky spot. he was behind the receiver, so if the receiver doesn't fall, it's a completion.
Ben Putnam was the intended receiver on that play, so San Mateo now with a chance to take the lead.
So if they get points out of this, it'll be three turnovers turned into points for San Mateo.
So San Mateo will have the football at the 11-yard line. They help Robinson out of the back of the end zone. Bobby Calmaine with a chance to give San Mateo the lead for the first time since early on in this football game when they scored on their first possession of the night.
Joey Wood in the backfield for San Mateo.
Calmaine sends Marshall in motion, and they'll give it to him on a fly sweep. Ryan Frazier chases him back to the middle of the field. Benjamin tries to hit him, and he ends up getting all the way down to the 8-yard line. A great run. Only picked up a couple of yards, but he was in danger of losing 5 or 6, and we have another injured Bear Cub.
So they do a good job in containing the simple fly sweep. What happens is the defense doesn't take great ankles and come back. When Benjamin comes in to make the hit here, he doesn't wrap up again. And the old John Madden, he hates poor tackling, and then everybody wants that violent hit. If he wraps up, it's a 5-yard difference.
So here we go, second and about 7 yards to go. Calmaine sends Marshall into a slot on the right side. Joey Wood straight ahead. Stelzner is right there. Stelzner with the hit.
And Stelzner came unblocked, and you can see the left tackle and the right guard were just talking to each other for San Mateo. Stelzner came unblocked off the defensive right side. When you're running a short yardage like that, you got to count for everybody.
Big play right there for Stelzner.
Big play. That was a big play.
3rd down and 8 from the 9-yard line. San Mateo does not want to have to settle for 3 right here. Calmaine has to throw it away, and it is 4th down. The Bear Cubs defense does it again. Field goal unit will be coming on the field. Silva, who hit one earlier tonight, but then missed an extra point.
Big tackle by Stelzner there in that play.
26-yarder. His long in the air is 27. This a 26 from the near hash. I don't think he got it. No. San Mateo comes up empty after the interception. Mitch Hood saying, "Thank you, defense." Wow, that is a big turn of events right there. San Mateo had a golden opportunity, and they let it slip through their hands.
Big break for Santa Rosa right there. The turnover, and they get out of it with no points. Now if we can just get a little drive going here, be patient. And Coach Kevin Ballatore, offensive coordinator's down there, had his whole crew around him.
There's that kick. He just never really got much of it.
Before, when he was standing there, before he kicked it, you could see him kind of taking his left foot and patting it on the ground like it wasn't sticking. So I think that might have had some effect on him.
5:30 to go. A lot of football left to play. James bounces off the pile, gets a block from Putnam, and ends up getting positive yardage. He was caught behind the line of scrimmage, and Jones had a good shot at him, but he ends up picking up 5 yards on 1st down.
Generic change. 5'6", 175 pounds, plays like he's 6'5", 275. Takes what's nothing there and puts his head down and gets more yardage.
2nd and 5, 5:02 to go. We are still in the 3rd quarter. Here comes James again, and this time he is snuffed after a short gain. San Mateo stopping him cold that time. Coming up from the bottom of the pile was Daniel Lavulo. 3rd down. Michael Luongo was also in on that tackle for San Mateo.
They're having a hard time handling him tonight. He's being a big force in there, and he flops to the strong side, or what they're predetermining, I believe, is the strong side for San Mateo. He's a big force in there.
Bear Cubs just barely got that one off, and the pass is incomplete, thrown behind Kerr Johnson. And now a penalty marker as Hood was hit late. I believe it was Kwame Jones that hit him late. Wow. Actually, the call goes against Ahoya, roughing the passer, and that's an automatic first down for the Bear Cubs.
Yeah, this ball's a little bit off target. I thought they were going to get the pass interference, and not. The credit Mitch Hood. He stands in the pocket. And tonight, of all the times I've seen him, he's shown great poise in the pocket there.
Colt Doty was on coverage that time. Did not get called for the pass interference. 1st and 10, a 20-16 game here in the third quarter. Mitch Hood looking to throw. And he goes down. A nice sack as making up for the penalty. Ahoya out of St. Francis High School. And it's a 6-yard loss. 4th sack of the night by San Mateo.
Yeah, he's got time here, but they had a coverage. I call it a coverage sack, and everybody's covered downfield, and he stepped up in the pocket.
James tried to block Ahoya, tried to go low on him, but Ahoya stepped right over him and made the play. 2nd and 16 from the 35. Janark James straight ahead, pushes the pile forward to the 39-yard line as he gets 4 of those yards back. James with his 12th carry. He's got 35 yards rushing now for the Bear Cubs. It's been tough to run against this team.
Ahoya Moanga, they're 2 large defensive linemen, and they're very good against the run. And I think earlier in the game when Santa Rosa's going up tempo and controlling and keeping on, really worked to Santa Rosa's advantage. It's to San Mateo's advantage to slow this game down, and those big heavy guys inside on the defensive line don't get tired.
3rd and 12. Mitch Hood with time, and he has to get rid of it. It's incomplete. Was targeting Dominic Carrasco that time out of Annalee High School. He never had much of a shot at that, and the Bear Cubs will have to punt.
Well, they get a good kick and get some field position back here and play this game at the other end of the field for Santa Rosa.
Ramiah Marshall drops back deep. Dalton Mullins, the man from Windsor, best punter Bear Cubs have had in a long time, and he gets this one off, and it's a good one. It's going to bounce down inside the 10, but again, it takes a big bounce and rolls into the end zone. Tough break. It's a 61-yard punt, but a net of 41.
I walked out on the field earlier tonight, and it felt soft, and I think the last 2 punts he's found the 2 hard spots. Because that ball, he's got to go nose down where you'd think it'd stick. He's doing a great job. That was an outstanding punt right there. Great change of field position.
So San Mateo takes over now. Smith, he hasn't carried in a while. The Bear Cubs snuff it out. Nice job defensively. Getting there was Andrew Tagialua out of Honolulu, Hawaii. No gain on the play. They give him a yard. $57 yards on 18 carries now for Keenan Smith. Two minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Here comes Smith again. And Smith to the outside, picks up a few yards. He ends up getting about to the 25, maybe the 26. Ryan Frazier makes the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down.
Great read by the running back. That play was not designed to go outside. It collapsed down, and he bounced it and got what was there.
Adam Blum checks back in for the Bear Cubs. Henry Stelzner showing blitz. And they end up making the play. It is Blum who makes the tackle on Smith behind the line of scrimmage. And San Mateo will have to punt again.
So as you said in the pregame, Dave, the defense is starting to show up. This is Santa Rosa's defense done a great job, but on the other side, so is San Mateo's is adjusting a little bit. Now, like I've said, I think this game does favor San Mateo. If Santa Rosa and Coach Ballatori get a drive going here, you put San Mateo in that catch-up mode, it's going to heavily favor Santa Rosa at that point.
Xavier Freeman, he does take this, doesn't call for a fair catch. And the Bear Cubs are lucky that didn't turn out a lot worse, as he was met by Reuben Baker right as he caught that. And he's lucky he didn't fumble that football.
You know, there was an old running back, Dave Maggott, made a living catching those punts. And I when you put a guy back there at this level, I want him to catch those things because 20-yard bounces, get up, make the fair catch, or take the catch if you're anywhere near it. The 20-yard bounces kill you. If he's sure hand, he got up there, he got his hips under it, great catch. That ball could have ended up bouncing another easily 20 yards like the last few have. So instead of being on the 35, they be all the way back in the 15 or something.
Neither team has scored here in the third quarter. It's been a back and forth struggle between the defenses. Here's Mitch Hood now. Firing one, Ben Putnam can't hang on. There's a marker down. We're going to get pass interference. Hindy on coverage that time, but apparently he got a little piece of Putnam before that play.
They were tangled up over there on the other side of the field. It's hard to tell. I mean, my guess is it's defensive pass interference from where the flag came from.
Kirk Mason?
Yeah, you're correct. It's an out route. You got plenty of time. I couldn't see it from that angle. Ball was a little bit high.
$14 first downs now for Santa Rosa Junior College. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Putnam again, and this time he can't hang on. Hindy on coverage again. Good matchup between those two, and they've tried to put Hindy on Putnam because of what he did early in the football game, and he shut him down pretty effectively.
Again, a great throw by Mitch Hood, but a great defensive effort. I mean, it was a bang-bang effort. That's the play, but the ball's right on target and he just knocks it out.
Clock stop with 51 seconds to go here in the third. Hood. He's got Freeman, Xavier Freeman out to the 40 as they pick up 14 yards and a big first down. That puts them in San Mateo territory.
Quick slant route with a lot of velocity on the ball. Hard to defend. You're either going to get a PI or a completion if the ball's on target.
15th first down for Santa Rosa. They're at the San Mateo 41-yard line now. Clock ticking down near the 30-second mark of this third quarter. Janarick James, left side. Nice tackle, but he does pick up a couple of yards. He was hit hard that time by Dorzell Hicks out of Grant High School, a 6', 225-pound freshman, leading tackler on this squad. He came into the night with 56, and he's added to that.
That was a solid tackle. You don't see Janarick James get lit up like that, so you know he got hit hard right there.
Second down. They get off one more snap. They do, just as time expires. Here's Xavier Freeman, and he's tripped up at the 25. He almost got away from Keenan Johnson. It was close. It's a 15-yard pickup.
So it's just a slant play right inside, ball's on target, and a shoestring tackle. If they're going to play man press like this, and if they're going to, when you play man one high, you only get safety help. If the receivers take one outside step and get leverage on the defender, what I mean is the defender's on the outside of him, and Mitch Hood keeps putting the ball in the right spot, Coach Ballatori is going to stay with it.
3 quarters of play in the books here at Santa Rosa Junior College. We'll be back with the final 15 minutes of this one. It's a good one, 20-16 after 3.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
For the best in California comfort food in a friendly environment, come to Emily's Kitchen in Montgomery Village for breakfast and lunch with fresh soups daily along with sandwiches and salads. A neighborhood gathering place right near Montgomery High School. It's Emily's Kitchen.
Start of the fourth quarter, the Bear Cubs with the 1st and 10 at the 25. Looking deep. Kurt Johnson can't get to it, and that's going to be a penalty on Johnson, who never looked back to the football. The ball hit him in the back. And it's going to be another pass interference call against College of San Mateo.
You know, if I'm San Mateo, I'm mad. He didn't take him off his path. He just didn't turn back and look. Now, from our Bob Euchre seats up here, I don't have as good as angle as the back judge. It's right there on the play.
So that's going to be a first down. Here it is again.
It's a little mesh route, and it turns into a fade. And as he fades the ball away, the ball's a little bit underthrown. And yeah, he did go up and get him with his arm there.
Never turned his head. That's a big thing.
Yeah. If he'd have turned his head, I don't think they'd have thrown the ball. I've thrown the flag.
First and goal for the Bear Cubs from the 10-yard line. Hood will look over at the sideline. The play clock at 10. Hood looking left, now comes back to the right, and the ball is dropped. Malcolm Jenkins couldn't hang on to that one.
It was a nice dig route, wide open, and actually Mitch saw it late. He was looking to his left, and Jenkins ran the dig route on the right. And then for him to come all the way back to that side of the field, he had a good 5-yard separation and just dropped the ball.
Yet another Annalee Tiger. Kevin Ballatori looking over this offense right now, trying to keep the Bear Cubs moving. Big possession for both teams. Hood flush, gets rid of it to Kurt Johnson, incomplete. He was hit hard right after he threw the football by Kwame Jones, who has 5 sacks on the year and almost got another one.
We'll see what they have dialed up here. It'd sure like him to get out of here with more than just 3 points.
Field goal gives them a 7-point advantage, which would force San Mateo to try and score and get an extra point, not just a field goal, to try to tie the game. But you would sure love to have 7 if you're Lenny Wagner. Here we go. 3rd and goal now from the 10. Hood looking into the end zone again on the fade. And Malcolm Jenkins can't get it. Again, they're looking for pass interference, but there's no call this time. Dion White on coverage. And here comes Andros Pedroza.
They get a little tangled up early, but I think when the ball's hit right there, he's grabbing him, I thought. Yeah, if they're going to call the last one, I think they should have called it there.
Pedroza will try and give Santa Rosa a 7-point advantage out of Elsie Allen High School. Had not played football until he came here to Santa Rosa Junior College. He's turned into a very reliable kicker. We'll see if he can put 3 on the board right here. It's a 27-yard attempt out of the hold of Albert Beltran. Got it off, and it's good. Santa Rosa with 14:30 to go in this football game gets the first points of the second half, and they now lead it 23-16. We'll take a break right here, and we'll be back with the kickoff. San Mateo gets their hands back on the football when we return.
Hard work, sacrifice, character. These are the hallmarks of a great football team or a great company. Well-trained people in the right positions at the right time is the strategy, and commitment is the fuel that drives it. At Oil Stop, we share many of these values. Like a great football team, constant, ongoing training is the order of the day, because amateurs do it right some of the time, professionals do it right all the time. Stop by Oil Stop and watch our team in action. We think you'll like what you see.
23-16, good football game here at Santa Rosa Junior College. The Bay 6 Conference title at stake. A win for Santa Rosa, and it's a three-way tie for first. San Mateo, if they could pull off the victory here tonight, they will be in the driver's seat at 4-0 and on their way to the state championship series. Pedroza to kick it off. Kickoffs have been an adventure tonight. This one a low kick, headed out of bounds. If I'm San Mateo, I may be tempted to make them kick it again. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. With the way they have their return team's been performing, I think I'm making them kick it again.
And they are going to make them re-kick.
Yeah, even with the squib kits, they've been in great field position, so it's not a tough decision.
So Pedroza will back up to the 30-yard line now and try it again. Another squib kick. Bouncing all the way back to the 25. Marshall picks it up. Marshall gets away from two Bear Cubs and then trips at the 31-yard line. So that gamble didn't pay off for San Mateo. They ended up losing 4 yards. They could have taken it at the 35-yard line, but it was worth a shot.
Oh, absolutely. I would have made them re-kick it every time, especially the way they're those athletes back there have always gave them great field position.
So a 7-point football game with a long way to go. 14:23 left here in the fourth quarter. Dave Cox and Les Richardson bringing you the action from Bailey Field at Santa Rosa Junior College on the natural surface here, and it's taken a lot of rain over the past 3 weeks. Pass complete far side, Lene Latu, and he spins out to the 46-yard line. Big gain. Benjamin brings him down, but it's a 16-yard gain.
I think they caught Benjamin sitting flat-footed a little bit there earlier in the play. I don't know if it was a read route or he was sitting out there a little bit flat-footed.
Here comes Keenan Smith. And he crosses midfield to the 49-yard line. This is 21st carry of the night.
San Mateo runs the ball so effectively. They've been running so much on first down when they come on with that hitch route. I think they might have caught Benjamin sleeping a little bit. Now they come back and they get almost 5 yards on the run plays. I think it's
Bulldogs in Santa Rosa territory now. Clock ticking. Santa Rosa defense, of course, without Presley Pigliotti, who was injured in the first half. Here comes Keenan Smith, runs into a wall, and he gets about a yard, and that's it. Miles Gardia was the first Bear Cub on the scene. And Stelzner was also there.
bringing their pass package for this 3rd and 6. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go right back to that hitch play if they don't walk, if Santa Rosa doesn't put a linebacker on that side. Jalen Hemphill looks like he's going to be the outside backer over there. But Kaylani Benjamin seems to be giving him a little bit too much room. We'll see if they go back to that.
Tries to pass it out, and somehow Marshall ends up with the football. And Marshall all the way down to the 38-yard line. That was one of the ugliest throws you'll ever see.
I don't know if it was tipped or slipped out of his hand, but it got there. Here it is, a swing route. They've run this a few times tonight, and it gets the guy out in space.
Wasn't pretty, but it worked.
Yeah, it gets him the first down.
13 first downs now for the Bulldogs. Wood straight ahead, bounces it to the outside. Wood at the 30, taken down there by Jace Griffey after a gain of 8. San Mateo offense starting to work.
Now, with that run play going so big, here's a play action down. You get to second and short. Everybody in the country knows, hey, this is a great play action down. Nope.
They give it to Wood, and he is taken down by Miles Gardia. No gain on the play, 3rd and 2.
2 down territory. I think a little bit out of range probably for their kicker here still, so they're going to take 2 downs to get the first down here.
Yeah, they're long on the years. It's 27-yarder. It would be a 47-yarder. Did he not gain a yard right here? So no doubt they will go for it on 4th down, particularly trailing by 7. Here comes Smith straight ahead. And I believe he's got the first down. Yes, he does. Second effort by Smith. Kept the feet moving, and he gets all the way to the 24-yard line, a pickup of 6 on his 23rd carry of the night.
Makes it tough on when you got one inside backer here. You can see there's just a little crease. If the backer steps to the wrong side or where the back first commits, you got to expect the D-line to collapse in there, and they didn't quite get it there. And with the forward lean, he got the first down.
Adam Blum made the tackle. He tried to strip the ball out as well. And we've got movement, flags and whistles. It's going to go against the Bear Cubs if they were trying to anticipate the snap. And it's going to cost them 5 yards. Santa Rosa with their 6th penalty of the evening.
I think the 2-back set favors Santa Rosa better than it does. If I'm San Mateo, I would go with their 1-back set. I think they've had a little more success than the 2-back set.
It's a play action fake now into the end zone. It's caught by Lene Latu. Great throw, great play action fake by Calmaine. And San Mateo scores from 19 yards out with a chance to tie this game.
That's a great try. He was going there the whole way because he turns his play action with his back turned, and he just comes straight up. It's a great little step inside. It's kind of a post shake or reverse seam route. Nice throw right over the top.
Big extra point to try and tie the game. Kick is up. The kick is good. 11-10 to go in this football game, and we are all tied up 23-23. Santa Rosa Junior College will get their hands on the football when we come back.
69-yard drive.
Comfort food in a friendly environment, come to Emily's Kitchen in Montgomery Village for breakfast and lunch with fresh soups daily along with sandwiches and salads. A neighborhood gathering place right near Montgomery High School. It's Emily's Kitchen.
At George Peterson Insurance, we support the communities we serve and live in. You'll find us helping out at the Boys and Girls Club and Sonoma Humane Society, collecting food for the Redwood Empire Food Bank, and more. It's our goal to make our neighborhoods a better place. We're invested in your success. For over 75 years, George Peterson Insurance has been serving our communities and customers with top-notch service and competitive pricing. Find out what we have to offer. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Kickoff, heading deep. Nice return. Zach Hugh, backup quarterback, brings it all the way out to the 40-yard line. How about that? The man from Fortuna.
Great start with great
return.
field position here. You can't ask for anything better. What you don't want to do is go 3 and out right here. Because this, as I said earlier, this kind of game I think plays into Santa Mateo's favor.
So we are all tied up. A little more than 11 minutes to go in this football game. Base 6 conference action inside screen. Xavier Freeman, and he is hit and hit hard at the 45-yard line. A late marker down as some words were being exchanged. It was Colt Dowdy who made the hit, the leading tackler. second leading tackler on the team, I should say, but
It might be a helmet to helmet, I'm not sure.
it was just something that was said right after the play.
Was it?
Bear Cubs are going to get a first down out of this. San Mateo, that is the last thing you needed. With all the momentum going your way now, they give the Bear Cubs great field position on the personal foul. 41-yard line of San Mateo with 10:43 to go. Jay Ferguson right side. And Ferguson digs for 5 yards to the 35-yard line. Actually, close to 6 on that one for Jay Ferguson.
Very smooth runner, very slashing type, good-looking running back.
Originally from Winston-Salem, North Carolina's Mount Tabor High School. Second and a short 5. Ten minutes and 5 seconds to go in this game. Pass a little low, and Kurt Johnson can't hang on. Could've, would've, should've on that one, but the pass is incomplete.
Just a little bit low, a little bit behind him. You expect an athlete like Kurt Johnson to make that play. In this situation, they're not panicked. They'll go right back to him if they have to.
Third down. Hood pulls it back. Be lucky if they don't have a receiver downfield, and Kurt Johnson, a lineman downfield, because I think a lot of the linemen thought he was maybe going to keep that. And I think they might have got away with it. There was a couple guys beyond the line of scrimmage, but he finds Kurt Johnson, and it's a first down to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, he gets flushed out of the pocket a little bit here. And actually he had time. I think he just felt like he had to move. And luckily the receivers work a scramble drill and flowed with him.
284 yards now for Mitch Hood.
Johnson with his 7th catch of the day.
$9:40 to go. Taking their time. 13 seconds on the play clock. High throw. Xavier Freeman has it and steps out of bounds at the 19-yard line after a gain of 5. 26th completion on the night for Mitch Hood. Second and 5 for the Bear Cubs in the red zone now. The score tied up 23-23. Hood, and a dangerous pass, almost intercepted by Daniel Lavulo. Wow, and he might have had 6 going the other way. Pass intended for James.
Yeah, James does a swing route here, and if I don't think Hood saw him coming at all. He thought he was wide open. If he'd waited another half a second, the swing route would have been behind him. And it probably would have been 6 for Santa Rosa.
3rd and 5. Big play coming up right here. They are well within Andrew Pedrosa's field goal range. Mitch Hood looking over the defense now. 9 minutes to play in this football game. Stands in the pocket, throws it high, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line. And look out, taking it the other way, Kava Maka, and he could go the distance. Kava Maka, he's gone, touchdown. There's a penalty marker down way, way back at the 25-yard line, however. A couple of them, in fact. Two penalty markers back near the 26-yard line of San Mateo. Huge call coming up right here. Kirk Mason, our referee, will sort this out. They're walking backwards. Question is, does the interception stand or not?
Well, one of them could be near the roughing the pass area. The other one over here you'd think might be a clip. So everybody's covered. I don't know if Mitch thought he just overthrew it on the crossing route.
Defense is coming on the field, so San Mateo is going to hang on to the football.
I couldn't see if
San Mateo hangs on to the football. 4th turnover by Santa Rosa Junior College tonight. But the Bear Cubs will take it at this point because Kavamako was headed the other way. It was 5th interception of the year. So take the points off the board, but San Mateo has the football.
Well, their last drive was 69 yards. Now they're going to have to go 80s. What are they going to line them up here at? 86 yards.
Yeah, they back them up all the way inside the 15-yard line. So a very costly penalty. I don't think it was, whatever block it was, I don't think it was necessary because Mako was coasting along and had everybody beat downfield, so I don't think the block was necessary to spring him. So 1st and 10, San Mateo. Calmain to throw. Complete. Latu slips at the 22-yard line. He's a yard short of the first down. Nice first down play, however. Latu with his 6th catch of the evening.
Again, those little slant routes go so big because their running game's so good. It makes the linebackers have to play up, and they throw it right behind them.
Fake it to Smith. Pass complete to Marshall. Benjamin dragging him, but he has the first down as he gets all the way out to the 29-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. 192 yards passing now for Bobby Calmain. 16 first downs for San Mateo. Keenan Smith hit behind the line of scrimmage. Sui Tagabao makes the tackle, and he got about a half a yard, and that's it. 24th carry for Keenan Smith. He has been a workhorse tonight for this Bulldog offense. 2nd and 9.
They need to get San Mateo in these long downs.
Play action complete. First down yardage as the pass is caught by Tommy Lapaparo out of Sequoia High School in Redwood City. Nice play.
Play action again makes the linebacker have to come in, and you can see on the replay here the linebacker Stelzner has to honor the run, and they're throwing it right behind him.
San Mateo getting a drive going now. They're out to the 42-yard line. Keenan Smith, nice hole. Breaks the tackle and gets out to the 49-yard line. 7 more yards. Miles Gardia makes the tackle. That offensive line for San Mateo is starting to get a nice push.
Yeah, again, when you end up with these 2nd and short downs, you really put the defense in a bind.
Bear Cubs with substitutions now, trying to stop the momentum. San Mateo can cross midfield on this play. With 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the football game. All tied up 23-23. Fake it to Wood. Throws it a little high, intended for Barber. Stelzner was on a blitz, and he got his hands right in Calmain's face. 32nd pass attempt of the night.
The corner came off for the out route, and the quarterback tried to fit that thing in between the corner and the safety and just missed. Now he's going over to get the play from the coach here.
Breaks up a streak of 7 straight completions by Bobby Calmain. Calmain out of Arlington Heights, Illinois, trying to engineer a game-winning drive for his Bulldogs. Swing pass out to Smith. He's got first down yardage. Smith down inside the 40, taken down by Benjamin at the 38-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and they will once again move the chains.
That swing play again is a big route for him. The quarterback does a nice job staring, looking off the linebacker, keeping him in the middle of the field. He goes out there, and they've gone back to that quite a few times, and it's paid off.
1st and 10, Bulldogs. Flags and whistles. This is going to cost San Mateo 5. A little bit of movement.
So far, I really like San Mateo's play selection with their play action. Really taking advantage.
Calmain gives it to Smith. And Smith gets some of the penalty yardage back. But the Bear Cubs swarm to the ball. Very difficult to run against this Santa Rosa defense. Smith has had to earn his yards tonight.
And that's exactly why I think the play action works so good, because they're so good against the run. The linebackers are committed to not let them run the ball, and when they do that, you put them in a bind. You really have to play underneath the receiver.
26 carries, 80 yards. Calmain to throw. Got it underneath. LaPaparo has it, but they're going to be about 11 yards short of the first down as he picks up 5 yards. 28th completion on the night. 3rd and 11. Big play right here. Possibly 4-down territory. We'll have to see. Low snap, and that will not do the job as Calmain has to just dive on it. It's a loss of 5. Ball never got to him. And it looks like the punting unit's coming on. Silva will try to back Santa Rosa up now. Clock ticking. We go under 5 minutes to play. Bear Cubs are not sending anybody deep.
Yeah, they're going to kick this in the corner. Oh, no.
Oh, no, and the
Drop
snap
the ball.
goes
There's
awry.
no rush.
Stelzner, the only one with a chance to rush for it. Silva picks it up and pooches it all the way down to the 5-yard line. The Bear Cubs were not rushing at all. There's a penalty marker down, and it might be a hold against San Mateo.
They'll make them kick it again.
And I definitely would make them kick that one more time.
So Stelzner's delayed rush paid off for him.
Yeah, somebody had to pick him up, and they ended up grabbing him. The Bear Cubs had anyone else rushing, they might have been able to get a block right there, as Silva had to pick that ball up off the turf and punt it. They're just going to take the ball. Wow. I definitely want you to kick it again, and I'm putting the guy back because now the possibility of a fake is almost non-existent. But the Bear Cubs just want the football. They don't want to take a chance on a roughing or anything else. They just want the ball with as much time as possible. 4:34 to go.
Well,
interesting where they spot this now. They spotted.
So they took the penalty after the kick.
Okay,
so
they assessed it on the yardage. I get it. Okay. That's a little better. Didn't know that was an option. Mitch Hood in trouble, and he's sacked, so take away that as Ohoya gets to him.
You know, going back to the penalty, I didn't know that was an option either, Dave, but at college it could be a little different. I'm new at this, so I don't know.
5th sack of the night. Tallied against Mitch Hood. 2nd and 18. They lost 8 on that one. Hood in trouble again, and he's sacked again. Back inside the 5-yard line.
That one's
Mwanga. Mwanga makes the sack that time, and he's had a good football game tonight.
Yeah, those inside guys have really applied the pressure. That one's big because now they have no room for a punter, so they have to decide here. They have to get the field position.
3rd and a bunch. San Mateo crowd starting to get excited on the far side of the field. Bear Cubs looking over the sideline for instructions with 3:20 to go. Mitch Hood out of his own end zone. Fires it complete. That gets a little breathing room as Xavier Freeman takes that one and picks up 15 yards, but here comes Dalton Mullins to punt.
You know, even though it's not a first down, it's a huge advantage to give your punter plenty of room to punt this. And he gets another good punt off like his last one. Now, I'm telling him not to kick it to the returner, one side or the other.
Big punt right here for Dalton Mullins out of Windsor High School. Trying to give the Bear Cubs defense a chance here. Good snap. And he gets off a good one. Marshall will let it bounce. And there'll be no return. Ben Putnam picks it up at the 42-yard line. Might have been able to get a few extra yards out of that, but I think Ben thought, hey, let's not be greedy. There's no return. Very good kick. San Mateo now with a chance to put together a game-winning drive with under 3 minutes to play in this football game. The Bay Conference title at stake. College of San Mateo came in undefeated at 3-0 in conference play. Santa Rosa at 2-1. San Francisco already won today, but only by 1 point over De Anza. So they are sitting at 3-1 right now, a half game ahead of Santa Rosa and a half game behind San Mateo. Swing pass. Smith tripped up, but he manages to get out to the 49-yard line. Chris James makes the tackle.
That's a great call. That swing pass has been there for him all night. And here he just a swing to the left. He looks downfield. Nothing's there. Get the ball out in space. It's a great call. If they're given to you, you have to take it.
Smith has been a very busy Bulldog out of Santa Clara. Carried the ball over 20 times, and he's caught several passes. Kyle Main is going for the home run. And that is incomplete. Marshall and Benjamin. Benjamin wanted a pass interference call. I think he's got a point. There was a little pushing and shoving as the ball was in the air.
Yeah, he grabbed the back of Benjamin. You can see it. But the side judge was behind the play. As you see, he makes a little mesh route. He's got a great coverage here. And now he wants to go for the interception. You can see he grabbed him right as he turned.
No call on that one. 3rd down and 3. A big play. Oh, and the Bear Cubs are going to get caught offside as Adam Blum jumps early, and that's going to give San Mateo a huge first down.
Big play.
Their 19th first down of the ball game. Big play right there. First down, San Mateo. Pass high. It's caught. The tackle broken. And Tao gets all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Tassi Tao out of Menlo Atherton. This first catch of the night, his 11th on the year. And it's 1st and goal, San Mateo.
Looks like they're bringing in a big group here to pound it. Again, missed tackles. So many yards have been made after first contact tonight by San Mateo.
Huge play for the Bulldogs. Down inside the 5-yard line now. The Bear Cubs have prided themselves on defense all year. Here comes Joey Wood. Stopped just short of the goal line. And a timeout taken with 1:19 to go. Bear Cubs want to talk this over. Wow, what a nail biter.
Well, they're obviously want to stop them, but if they do get in, you want to have a little time left so you can go the other way. They're on the 1-foot line. You know, going back again, so much of San Mateo's yards have been made after contact tonight or missed tackles. So here's the play. It's not just a simple slant route, and the safety stayed up a little too high, and it was only great effort by the other safety, Chase Griffey, to give him another chance here. Nice run, nice spin.
Here's the standings. San Francisco actually won earlier today, so they're 3-1. San Mateo looking to go 4-0 and be in the driver's seat for the Base 6 championship. And they are just 2 yards short of taking the lead in this one with 1:19 to go.
They've stayed with their goal line package or their big group.
Joey Wood, single back behind Bobby Calmain. Bear Cubs bringing a lot of guys up to the point of attack, and it works. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. Blum was there. Stelzner was there. Also in on the tackle was Sui Tagavau.
Great job by the defensive line here, just not giving up any ground. Stelzner came in and actually caused the problem on the back side. So the front side held up, and the running back had no cutback lane.
Another timeout taken. One more play, they're saying. Now, well within field goal range, although they did miss an extra point earlier tonight, so it's certainly not automatic for San Mateo.
If I'm the Dante DePaolo defensive coordinator in Santa Rosa, I'm telling my defense, hey, right now we have to play zero coverage, man on the outside, because they just got stuffed twice on the 1 foot line. You don't know if they're going to try to go inside again. They might take a shot in the corner here. So I'm really talking to my DBs. Linebackers have to play run.
They lost a yard on that play, so it's 3rd and goal from the 3. Play action, a certain possibility here for San Mateo. Bobby Calmain has thrown 3 touchdown passes in this football game, 23-23.
And San Mateo's telling the quarterback, if they are going to pass the ball here, it's either a touchdown or thrown out of bounds. There's no turnovers.
Joey Wood stays in at running back. Calmain takes the snap and gives it to him straight ahead, and he didn't get there. He's held short at the 1 yard line. Bobby Calmain trying to sell, let's go for it.
Looks like they were trying to run right behind Pesci Tupa. 6'6", 335 pounds.
That's a good guy to run behind. Santa Rosa takes their final timeout. 1:08 to go. Tied up 23-23, 4th and goal.
Well, there's no question. I mean, you have to kick the field goal. Unless they just say we can't kick it. I mean, I'm kicking the field goal. There's no
Silva's
reason.
getting ready. I think he's definitely coming on. Could bet the Bear Cubs are going to come all out and try to block this kick.
Unfortunate part is Santa Rosa's used all their timeouts, so they can't.
See Wood hit by Miles Gardia, and definitely is shy of the end zone.
Great job by the Santa Rosa defense. I mean, they've done a great job here to make a goal line stand like that at this level. They were on the 1 foot line.
It'll be Cesar Silva out of Milpitas High School who tries to win it. There's 1:08 left, so it's not over even if he does make this. More than likely overtime if he misses it. The crowd rising. The holder is John Keller, also out of Milpitas. Good snap. And he blasts it through. San Mateo takes the lead with 1:05 to go.
It's a great goal line stand by Santa Rosa. It gives them a chance here. So they don't have to get in, just get it close enough. What's Santa Rosa's longest field goal this year?
46 yards. So you figure you got to get around the 30-yard line to give Andros Pedroza a chance to tie this thing and send it into overtime. San Mateo's defense has been really solid in the second half. They've allowed just a field goal.
Yeah, both teams' defenses played great this second half. It's not anything like the first part of the first half there.
Great game. San Mateo trailed by 13 at one point at 20-7. They've outscored the Bear Cubs 19-3 from that point on. There's Lenny Wagner trying to fire up his kickoff return team. They could use a big one right here. Silver will kick it off. James and Freeman will drop back. Putnam also. Or send all three of those guys back. Putnam kind of in mid-area along with Zach Smith. They've squib kicked it the last few times in a row. There's James and Freeman.
He looks like he's looking over in the left corner if he's like trying to place it over in the left corner. Yep, there he goes.
Kicks it deep. Janorik James from the 9-yard line. He almost touched a knee, didn't get called. And James gets out near the 22-yard line. Had he not slipped, he might have got a few more yards on that. Minute and 1 to go.
No timeouts to go 80 yards. So Coach Balatori's probably got a couple plays called here, so they can have 2 plays. They don't have any time. And they can't throw anything over the middle right now unless it's a big play. They don't want to be caught, with the clock running in the middle of the field.
Bear Cubs will try and rally here late. Hood to throw. Out of the backfield, Kerr Johnson. He's not going to get out of bounds. Taken down at the 29-yard line. They're going to have to hustle up to the line.
Crossing route by Johnson there, and San Mateo stays in their man defense.
Lofting that one up. Incomplete. Xavier Freeman was out there, but it was more than anything intended to stop the clock. .42 seconds remain. Can the Bear Cubs get in field goal range for Andros Pedroza? 3rd and a couple. Mitch Hood, inside screen. Xavier Freeman looking for blocking. He gets the first down, which will stop the clock, and if he had broken that tackle, he had a chance to get across the field and get out of bounds. It was Dorzell Hicks, the leading tackler on this team. He doesn't miss many, and he didn't miss that one. Mitch Hood spikes the ball to stop the clock with 32 seconds to go. Bear Cubs realistically are about 35 yards away from giving Pedroza a shot. Second and 10 from the 35. Hood. Pressure from the backside. He gets off the throw, which will stop the clock. He was hit from behind by Kwame Jones. He's put great pressure on all night long. And now Hood is a little bit slow to get up. He took a big hit from the backside, and he may be injured.
Yeah, everybody was covered. This is a coverage sack again. He stayed in as long as he could.
Yeah, Hood's going to come out. Tyler Okayama is going to come in out of Pioneer High School. Wow. Took about 3 warm-up throws.
Well, Tyler's looking for
and
playing
he's ready
time.
to
He's
go.
got it in a big situation.
Oh, he's the kind of guy that can make things happen. Okayama in trouble, and he goes down. The Bear Cubs are going to have to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. They'll be lucky just to get a playoff here. 4th down. They've got to try to get the first down here. They can't spike the ball. Okayama back to pass, in trouble, and he goes down. That's it. San Mateo's going to win it. Getting to him was Daniel Lavulo, who's had a big football game. Okayama just never got his feet under him on either of those plays.
Yeah, he didn't have any time either. It was
San Mateo can just take a knee.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed there. The offensive linemen were acting like they didn't know what was going on, and they just know they got a pass pro.
And Okayama, he came up to the line of scrimmage as if he was going to spike the ball, and then he realized when it was too late that it was 4th down. You cannot spike it in that situation. Tried to drop back, but he lost his footing. The offensive line just got beat on all those plays. And Mitch Hood getting injured a real tough break.
Tough
Bobby
spot.
Calmain takes a knee. San Mateo comes from behind, and they beat Santa Rosa 26-23. What a second half for the San Mateo Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a second half that definitely favored the style of football they play. Grind it down, slow it down. Santa Rosa had all control in the first half, and those couple of turnovers just changed it, and they never got back on track. A tough spot for the quarterback to come out there, and I hope he's Mitch Hood is going to get taken care of there.
Yeah, Hood, who had a fantastic game, threw the ball over 40 times, but was unable to go there in that final 2 snaps. San Mateo, their defense really played great in the second half. They gave up a lot of passing yards in the first half, but they really buckled down. They shut down Ben Putnam. They didn't give up any big plays really today, and they earned the victory. It was a grinded-out style of offense for them, and they are now 4-0 and in the driver's seat here in the Bay 6 Conference. 26-23. Wow, what a game.
Great game. Dave, I think you kind of nailed it. The first half, they had a couple big plays. They adjusted, and Santa Rosa couldn't kind of catch up, and San Mateo turned it into their kind of game. We're going to ground and pound it, some play action, short stuff, put the linebackers in a bind, and, you know, as I said earlier in the game, I thought it really benefited their style of offense.
So the standings stand now with San Mateo 4-0, San Francisco 3-1, Santa Rosa drops to 2-2. Huge win for San Mateo, and they did it from come from behind fashion, and they are definitely in the driver's seat. That's going to do it for our coverage. Great job by the crew today. Martin Kornfeld directing, and Dale Watkins on replays. Michael Barabalt doing the graphics. Camera operators Forrest Murnane, Dylan Cattengill, and David Day. Thank you, Les Richardson, for being here and providing your expert commentary. Great job. I'm Dave Cox. That's going to do it for our coverage here at Santa Rosa Junior College. Bear Cubs will hope for a bowl bid now. San Mateo in the driver's seat to go on to the state championship as they win it 26-23 on the road here at Santa Rosa Junior College. We'll see you again soon right here on YSN365.com.